Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick comparison here between the OnePlus 5 6GB RAM model and the Google Pixel XL, which I think these two are quite similar handsets, both 5.5 inches, so quite interesting to compare them here. We have installed Android 8.0 on the Pixel XL, which is the latest software, and we're going to just start them up here. Now the Pixel XR has come down in price a little bit. It's still very expensive handset, probably overpriced when it was launched, but it did come with a very nice camera setup, probably the best on the market. Whereas the OnePlus 5, this model is very affordable, considering it's like flagship level, not as budget as it used to be, but I think for the price you are getting a very similar experience here overall. Before we start, we can just compare the phones a little bit. So you can see with the Pixel XL you are getting a much more chunkier kind of device here. It feels like an iPhone 7 basically, so if you've got iPhone 7 you will feel right at home with it, whereas the OnePlus feels a lot thinner here, more advanced in terms of the bezel ratio, much thinner. It does feel like an iPhone, but more kind of streamlined version here. With the OnePlus you are getting like a very nice dash charging solution. I think you have fast charging on the Pixel XL, but it doesn't have the same level of speed. The Pixel XL does have a 2K display though, and if you're looking at them head on here, you will notice that the Pixel XL screen is slightly sharper. You do have to really zoom in here and be nitpicking, but if you do zoom in you will see the icons look a bit more high quality on the Pixel XL, which is nice. Both of them I don't think have any particular waterproofing. Maybe you have a little bit of resistance on the Pixel, because I have done some water tests with the smaller version and it seems to survive, so not sure about the OnePlus 5, but these things should be on flagship devices going forward. In terms of the cameras, we do get a dual camera on the OnePlus 5, which is pretty good, based upon some of the reviews, but I don't think it holds a candle to the Pixel XLs, which is still considered to be among the best overall. It doesn't have a dual setup, but it has like software based portrait mode, so very flagship level, whereas the OnePlus 5 is a bit more budget flagship level. So let's have a look at the speed here between the two of them. Can just make sure the brightness is on so we don't get a flicker, and we can just start off with the basic apps. So sometimes you do get this weird thing as well, where you have the horizontal app opening, which is weird, but not seen it happen on the OnePlus. We can just open up a few of these apps here. So far I can't really see too much of a difference in terms of the speed. You can see Pixel XL keeping up pretty much here in most of them. Maybe the OnePlus slightly ahead, but it would be very close. So both of them don't support expandable storage, unfortunately. In fact, does the OnePlus? I don't think it does. You can get 64, 128, similar to the Pixel, which has 32. So I think this was a bit faster on the left. And CSR2. The OnePlus does give you a pretty nice Kindle mode, which is good for reading stuff. I don't think you get that on the Pixel. So you can see the games seem to load a little bit faster here on the left, which is nice. And one more, Asphalt. So quite conclusive. You can see the Snapdragon 835, a big step up when it comes to games, but not so much when it comes to the day-to-day apps. I have also forgot to mention, obviously with the Android 8 you are getting some interesting new features, like for example the app shortcuts have been expanded. Here you can see you get more options compared to how it was before. If I just show you, you can see you get a few options but not quite as many as on Android 8. So something to consider there. You are getting the latest software update straight away on the Pixel, and they also update in the background, which is a fantastic feature. I'm not sure why it's not been implemented on all the other phone companies, but we can only hope. So I'm looking for Tech Radar here. Let's go to this one. And you can see again very similar performance here when it comes to the web browsing. Not a huge difference. So far, if I had Pixel XL, I wouldn't really be in a rush to swap to the OnePlus based upon what I've seen. But it is, I guess, up to you. If you want the absolute fastest performance, you can see absolutely similar here, not a massive difference. Pixel XL doing very well given that it's a high resolution display. So maybe we can just back this up as well with a speed test. Usually Pixel gets the best scores I've seen when it comes to Wi-Fi. And you can see the OnePlus can't quite reach the Pixel when it comes to the download, which is, as I said, the Pixel being very good, but in the ping and the upload it does surpass the Pixel, so it's very good performance nevertheless. With the OnePlus you are also getting a physical silence button, which I think they should implement on all Android phones because it's quite useful actually. And what else can we talk about? We can talk about the jelly issue. You don't get that on the Pixel XL, as you can see. And some people say, why do you talk about the jelly issue? Some people could find it very disorientating. I certainly did with the last one, and it's something to consider really. Just have a look at the multitasking. So this is beta software, so you're probably not going to have the best multitasking, so I'm not going to be too hard on the Pixel XL. But you can see straight away here the Pixel XL is quite reloady, which is not what we want to see generally. But there's no problems with the OnePlus, so I'm not going to be too hard on the Pixel there when it comes to the multitasking, because we are waiting for the final Android 8. Personally, if you've got a Pixel XL, I'd say it's not worth upgrading to the OnePlus 5. You know, overall, I think the Pixel XL is still a very good phone, and now that you can probably get it for about the same kind of price, you know, it's probably worth waiting for the Pixel XL 2. But you can see if you do want to jump on the OnePlus 5, you are getting a very good performance overall, which does beat Google's best. So yeah, just a quick comparison here. Hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.